Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Nate's Greats. I'm your host, Nate. We're going to talk about 5 records to get you into hardcore punk, 5 albums. This is what I like to call the hardcore punk starter pack. Here we go. Number 5, Plastic Surgery Disasters / In God We Trust Inc. Dead Kennedys. This album, Plastic Surgery Disasters, on CD comes tacked on with the In God We Trust Inc. EP. And this gives you an idea of the political side of hardcore punk. The Dead Kennedys are very political. They have messages behind their music, and I think that anybody looking to get into the hardcore music scene or hardcore punk scene would really enjoy this. Following that, we have Rich Kids on LSD, Rock and Roll Nightmare. To me, this is a good way to get people into the musical side of things because hardcore punk bands can play sometimes, and sometimes the musicianship is really great. This is an amazing record. Highly recommended. Underrated gem. Rock and Roll Nightmare by RKL. And in my opinion, the standout tracks to listen to for sure are Scab on My Brain, Sargasm, Tribute to the Gesture, and Blocked Out. And as for the Dead Kennedys, I would say the standout tracks to listen to are Winnebago Warrior, I Am the Owl, Buzz Bomb, Forest Fire, Terminal Preppy, and Nazi Punks Fuck Off. Following that, we have the Germs GI. This is a good way to look at the kind of evolution. The Germs are one of the earliest hardcore bands out there. They kind of helped define the sound, and they're a unique and very important band. I would say in terms of tracks from this album GI to check out, I would say Media Blitz, I would say Lexicon Devil, I would say Communist Eyes, What We Do Is Secret, and the other newest one. Then we're going to get into some solid gems here. And to me, this one is a no-brainer. This is the Cro-Mags, Age of Quarrel. To me, every song on this is a standout, but there's a few that I like more than others, so I'll give you 5 essential songs. This lineup featuring John Joseph and Harley Flanagan, it's a legendary, iconic record. All these songs still smoke. And to me, this is a good one to introduce to a metalhead. So let's say you're a guy who's into heavy, or girl, or person who's into heavy metal music, and you want to explore punk, but you have a more heavy metal background. This is a good one to check out. And it still holds up. It sounds great. For me, essential tracks, Malfunction is my favorite Cro-Mags song, so I gotta say that's an essential track. It's the Limit, Fast, Brooding, We Gotta Know, Hard Times, Life of My Own, and then I also really like Survival of the Streets. That's a good song. Now we're getting into the two bands that are super important to my evolution. They helped get me into punk. One of them is my favorite hardcore punk band of all time. Straight up favorite punk band ever. Misfits. Walk Among Us. To me, one of Glenn Danzig's masterpieces. To me, this is the Misfits' best record. It's got a lot of standouts. And this is for melody. If you like melody in your rock music, and also theatrics, if you like the imagery, the Misfits do makeup and they sing about horror movies and B-movies and real life scary stuff. But it's a lot of comedy on this one. This one has a lot of you can tell by the album cover, sci-fi imagery, B scary movies, 50s and 60s drive-in films, things like that. Then you're going to like this. It's got a lot of humor and a lot of comedy and a lot of spooky sci-fi stuff. It's just good. And also, greatest band ever to listen to around Halloween. Easy. Anyway, for essential tracks, I would say I Turned Into a Martian for sure. Skulls for sure. Astro Zombies for sure. 20 Eyes, and Night of the Living Dead. final album for your hardcore punk essentials, for your starter pack. TSOL's Dance With Me. This is my favorite album from a hardcore band. This is my favorite hardcore punk album, period. Has a little bit of gothy stuff, a little bit of punk stuff, kind of helped pioneer the term death rock, and it's just cool. Great bass playing from Mike Roach, whose birthday was the other day. Happy birthday, Mike. Good drumming from Todd Barnes, and Ron Emery's guitar playing's great, and Jack Grisham's vocals are great. His lyrics are great. It's got a horror movie vibe. It's got references to Dracula. It's just great. It references to Edgar Allan Poe and stuff. It's really just a fantastic and fun record. This is another one to listen to around Halloween. Anyway, for your essential tracks, I would say Sounds of Laughter for sure. I'm Tired for sure. Silent Scream for sure. Dance With Me, the titular track for sure. 80 Times, and I'll go with Code Blue. To me, this has got elements of everything I've talked about. There's horror themes, there's melody, it's got a lot of groove and soul, but to me, this has the combination of all the previous elements. There's something heavy for the metalheads to like, there's something melodic for people into melody, and it's just good musicianship too. The rhythm section, Mike and Todd sound great. And Ron. They all three sound great, and the lyrics are great, and the singing from Jack is great. Amazing record. Go check this out if you haven't heard it. Go listen to TSOL if you haven't heard them, for Christ's sake. Great rock and roll band. Great punk rock band. My favorite punk band, period. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed that. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.